What is up, guys? Papoy here, bringing you another little special tutorial for today. As all of you probably know, 4D1 or 4Delta1 went down a couple of weeks ago, and I spent a couple of days trying to find a working replacement, and I actually found two that I know work. One is called MW2 Liberation, and the other one is called Nemexis. Now, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the MW2 Liberation, because for some reason I could not install my Nemexis to this computer, but I have a lot of friends that have managed to install it on theirs, so don't be alarmed. Nemexis will probably work for you as well. But a big difference between the two is that MW2 Liberation only works if you have the actual MW2 installed on Steam. You can't have a cracked version or anything like that, because then it won't work. That's a good thing about Nemexis, because it works for cracked and it works for real versions as well. And the way I found out how to fix this is from this guy, Chase Mortimer or whatever. He's in Editing Force, and you guys should check him out. And I'm gonna leave his channel and the link to the download in my description, so you can download the file, and you just download this. And I have it here, this file over here, the 4D1 replacement, and I just unzip that into my program files and zips folder, and then you get this MW2 Liberation folder. And if you go into that, you have all your MW2 Liberation stuff, and basically the only things you should be messing around with is the actual launcher and the mods. Now, in the mods folder there are already a lot of mods. The one we're going to use is TSD Movie. But if you want more mods, you just download them and drag the folder into here, and they should show up in your Liberation startup menu. But if we go to our MW2 Liberation here, a really important thing to notice before we start this up is that you have to go to your Windows firewall. But in my case, I just search up Windows Brandvägg, since I'm on a Swedish computer, and then you go to allow a program into the Windows firewall. You open that up, you go change settings, allow another program, and wait for that to load up. It might take a while, and go to and find your MW2 Liberation, and you just choose that. And then what you want to do is go to your virus program and allow the Liberation on that as well, because otherwise you will get an error message and you won't be able to play it. So, and I can assure you it's no virus. I've had it now a couple of days and I've had no issues whatsoever. So you just go into the MW2 Liberation, start that up, it launches as administrator. And what you have to do is you have to be online to Steam, because otherwise you will get this offline and not loaded. So I'm just going to log in quickly to Steam, and of course it has to update and all that good stuff. And I'm just going to wait for this to load up. Come on, come on, come on. I've got all day. Alrighty then. Now you can see it's online and it's loaded. So now we can just hit load game, and if you want to load a mod, you just go into this mod loader and drop this down and just choose whatever mod you want. I'm gonna run TSD Movie for this tutorial, and then you just click load game, and it should work without problem. Now, MW2 Liberation is quite different from 4D1 in a couple of details. One is to open the console. In 4D1 you had to press the squiggly line or whatever it's called, but in Liberation you have to press F2. And this comes up instead of up here. And when you want to type something in 4D1 you had to press /, but you don't have to do this in Liberation because it won't work. So if we want to load a command, you just type in the command like this, devmap mp let's say Afghan, and just load that up. But in 4D1 you had to do a /. So that is an important thing to notice. And yeah, I think we can just load this up directly. I don't think it's anything else we need to handle before we start this up. And we're gonna change a couple of settings if you're new to the whole cinematics recording, to make it a bit more smooth and easy to handle. Because when you're on a computer, you usually look around with the mouse, but that makes it look really choppy and not good at all. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change our settings so we move with our keyboard instead. So if we just go to Options, go to Controls, and go to Movement, you can see I've changed this to Q and E. Now, usually the Q is for stun grenades and stuff like that, and the E is for the knife. But since you're only gonna record cinematics on this one, you can just change them without having to worry. And then you can go to Controls Look and change this one. I'm actually gonna set this to B and this to M. Because, or wait a minute, yeah, B or M, because there are a couple of like I don't know, menus or whatever in this game. For example, if you press N, you get this like TSD movie menu up, and if you press X, you get like a spectator mode. I'm not quite sure why this is here, because you can't actually move. So yeah, if you just press X again, and now if you want to record cinematics, you just press N and hit space, and then you go into spectator mode. And for some reason I'm moving really freaking fast. I'm not quite sure why I do that, because usually it should work fine. Let's see here. No, there's nothing like this. Yeah, well, basically you just go into your spectator mode, and you find a place you want to record your cinematics in, maybe like here, and then you press up the console with F2 and type in CG underscore draw 2D 0. And if you want to get it back, you just type the same thing but with a 1 instead of a 0. And then the HUD is completely removed, and you can get a nice cinematic. Now, as I showed you before, the controls have now been changed. So, for example, now I press Q and I look to the left, I press E to look to the right, I press B to look up, and M to look down. Now, this can make for some pretty cool cinematics. For example, if we do maybe like this here, you can just spin around. Now, if you want to change the speed of which you spin around, you just hit F2, type in CL yaw speed to about, I would say, 15, and then type in CL pitch speed to, yeah, I would guess like 15 as well. Now, the yaw speed, I believe, is I'm not quite sure. Well, basically they decide how fast you look to the side and how fast you look up and down. And if we just go like over here, like this, we can just move, and bam, we got a nice little view, and you can have some nice motion tracks or whatever. And basically what I do when I record my cinematics, I put it down to, I type in the command time scale 0.2 to get it really slow, because then you get much smoother recordings and it doesn't lag as much. And when I record, I usually use fraps or something like that, because yeah, I just think it works best for me. So yeah, if we're just gonna do something like go around like this, and you can like have a motion track to the plane or something, and you can just move around like this, or you can maybe go, I don't know, to, let's say you want to have a cinematic like over here, you want to go up, and for some reason, since I'm going so fast, like so, maybe, I don't know, you just mess around and find your own like settings or whatever. And if I find a fix for this going so fast, I'm gonna let you know, because for some reason sometimes it goes slow, sometimes it goes fast. I'm not quite sure why, but yeah. And that's basically it for this tutorial. And if you have any more questions about it, just feel free to ask. And one more thing, I'm actually gonna add like my own commands list for that I used for 4D1, but I'm gonna add it for this as well, because the only difference is that you have to remove the /, to enable it to work in this. So yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed this and that you learned something new, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.